Hi guys, Jen here, and this is just a quick little video to show you what I made for Liz. Liz had mentioned to me after the girls did their swap, our girls did the Kayla swap, and she mentioned that maybe we could do a swap, and I was absolutely over the moon excited because I love Liz's work. I think she is an amazing crafter. I love her style, and I'm a big admirer. So that just made my day. So I knew I wanted to make something really special, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I always feel really nervous, especially because this is my first swap. So yeah, I really wanted to make it special for Liz because I really I love her work. I appreciate that she shows her work, and I'm just so thankful that I found her because she is just the sweetest person and she is a good soul. So this is what I created. We decided on making a box for each other, and then we decided to do kind of a trash to treasure item. And I also wanted to maybe make some handmade embellishments to kind of fill our box up with. So it was kind of a big swap because there was a lot involved in it, but I had so much fun. So I'm gonna try to show you what I made. I'll start with the box first. So this box, we got a new Hobby Lobby in our area, and so I found this and loved it because it's kind of like a box, but kind of like a trunk kind of thing too, and I really loved that about it because it was different. And so it just has the 3 drawers. I'm sure if you guys have a Hobby Lobby, you've seen it before, but it's got the 3 drawers, and we decided I wanted to do the romance novel paper for her because she really loves it, and oh, I'm so sorry. And so I was really excited when Liz told me that she likes girly grunge. So I had a blast because I love this style so much, and I've been doing a lot of shabby chic things. So yeah, I just went all out on this box, and I had a blast creating it. I really did. And so let's start at the front. So I painted everything black, and then let's see if I can get a close-up here. It's kind of large, so I will try to show you piece by piece. But I covered all of the pages with the paper line, or not all the pages. I'm so silly. I covered all of the drawers with the paper line. This one I just fussy cut it out, and it's just like the man on the bike. And so for him, what I did is I just put a glossy accent, and I put hot glue on his neck because this is actually the second man that was here, and his neck kept breaking. I would come back and it would be like bent or something. I'm not sure if the kids got a hold of it, or I could have possibly done it myself too. So yeah. And so I fussy got him out. This is just a little handmade fabric flower that I put behind here. I changed all of the handles. If you guys saw my hardware haul, these are some of the ones that I got at Ocean State. This ribbon, it kind of actually goes throughout the whole thing. It starts over here, goes across the top, comes down, over, and then it comes like down the side. This was just fussy cut out of the paper as well. I just added this little pretty bling here. On the second drawer, I rolled it back and I just stuck some more pieces from the paper line, if that can focus. This technique here was also on my hardware haul, but I got that lock at the Hobby Lobby when they were half off, and I grunged it up. It was like shiny super silver, and so I just grunged it up using that stuff. I'll leave the link below to explain the stuff I used. I can't think of it offhand, but I really love this technique. I love that stuff so much, so I used that a couple times in this project. And then I just have some texture paint here, if you can see. And this, I just used Linda's texture technique with the sand in the paint. So that's Linda at FaithChick777. I will leave her tutorial down below as well. And then this one, I just did some painting with the chicken wire mask. This is just a little flower, and then I made another flower on top with the paper line, and just a little feather sticking out. Another handle that I added, and then I have just another fussy cut piece with some bling in the corners. And then the last drawer, I just have some more of the texture paint on the bottom, and another pretty handle that I rub and buffed because it didn't really match and I want it to be the gold color. And then over here, these are just some of the, I used the paper line to make some flowers. So, yeah, these are just using the Spellbinders, the rose Spellbinders. It's not a rolled one. I didn't really like the rolled one as much. I tried a rolled one, but I like the layered ones better. I think the way they came out. And then this is just a chipboard from the line. So that's the front. And then the side, this is the other side. And so what I did is I just was inspired by Miranda, Miss Liberty, and there's a glue stringy here, hold on. This is like my biggest pet peeve. So what I did was I kind of used her tutorial on her hot air balloon, and I just made this page 3D. You know, because this page had the hot air balloon already, so I just did that with the paper line. And this side I just really have just like some lace at the top with some bling, and I just have like a lot of texture. Gesso, I have some script writing here, some more texture. This is just a little rosette with some little blingy here. This is another one of those things that I use that aging agent stuff on, and it makes it like that really cool, let's see if I can focus. There we go. It makes it like that grungy. This was actually just a white piece of clay. So it makes it like super awesome grungy. And I have some more of the grunge paint here. And just a little rosette at the bottom. Some bling over here just to kind of catch your eye over there, and a little rosette in the bottom. So that's that side. I'm sorry, my hands are, this box is so heavy to hold it up to the, okay, and then we move on to the next side. This is just a piece of the Tim Holtz grunge board. I just glittered it, and I put some gold rub and buff here and there. I also followed, I didn't actually follow Miranda's tutorial. I just saw a picture of, I think it was just like a layout that she had done, and she rolled the edges, and I really liked that look, so I did that on the side. This is just a little clay piece that I made using the Martha Stewart clay molds. So I made that in black and just used rub and buff around the edge. And then I did the same thing again, where I just fussy cut out some of the paper and stuck them behind the frame. And then if we move down here, I have a brick mask that I got from Saw Crafters, and I am in love with it. And so I use that super texture paste, so these really actually feel and look like brick, which I love. This is like my favorite part of the project. And then the bottom's pretty plain, just added a little brick. So I really like this side, and I didn't want to really cover up the typewriter. That's why the side's kind of not quite as embellished. So that's that side, and then the back, it's just plain with the paper. And inside the drawers are the same thing. I just lined the drawers with a Mod Podge of the different pages of the paper. And then inside are just like her handmade goodies that I created for her. So that's that. And then the top part, I don't know, I tend to over embellish. I think I get that from my mom. So the top part, I wanted it just to be like a little scene area, I guess you could say. So I used one of those $2 bird cages from Michael's, and I used the texture on that too. If you guys saw my hardware haul, you'll see this bird cage in it. I used rub and buff around it to kind of antique it up. I added this pretty little butterfly that I just ordered from Craft Supply 1 on Zibbit, and it came in silver, so I just rub and buffed it in the gold. And then these are just two pretty flowers that I just added some more texture with the, and some glitter. I also rolled the edge of the paper here. Let me see if I can get it in frame. I rolled the edge of the paper here. And another thing I wanted to mention is I used the A4 paper, which is not double-sided. So this would have been normally white. So what I did is I just used my StazOn and stamped some stamps on it, and then I just used my Lindy's in kind of coordinating colors and sprayed it on. So I did that here, and I also did it on right here, this rolled area here, because you know this normally would be just white. So I just did like a pretty stamp, and then I just did some spray. So that's one way that you could make it look like double-sided paper, is just kind of coordinate the color, and you can do it that way. I also did that for the flowers that I made. I'll show you. I made this little rolled flower right here, but of course it's not the double-sided paper. This is the Spellbinders, the rolled flower, and so the other side, see, I just would stamp it and just spray it. So I mean, you can't even tell, it doesn't even matter what stamp you have. I think this is like a bird stamp that I had. So it doesn't matter the stamp that you have, you just stamp it and then you would just spray it. So that's that. And then I have just the little birdie here that I added. I love little birds. And I just wanted to leave the bird cage open so she can store things in there. I did put some, oh boy, oh yeah, when you open the drawer, when you tip it, Jen, the drawers are gonna fall out. I did put some little rosettes in the bottom in the peach color. I got those from J. Zella and Lavish Laces. And then on the top here, let me see if I can move the camera. This is a terrible video, it's on a tripod. Okay, the top is just some flowers from Michael's, and I just added some little, I got these in the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. And then I just weaved in and out some of the black ribbon because I wanted it to still be grungy. And with just the pinks and the yellows, it was like too girly. So I wanted to add black in there. So I added these with the black and this. And then I also have like a little fan that I rub and buffed. And that was just a clay piece that I made as well. And that's pretty much it. I just have some flowers sticking out here and there. And this is a I Am Roses flower. And then it has the, what is it called? The diamond dust, I think, to make it really sparkly. I like that stuff even more than stickles because it is just so eye-catching. So, and I just have a little bling here, and that's pretty much it for that project. So that's her box that I made. And then the altered item. This is so tricky. You're gonna laugh at what I used for this. But what I did here, and let me get this out of the way. Okay, so if you can picture this, oh, this is still in the way. I was at my secondhand store and I had a few things in mind that I wanted to make Liz, and then those few things went out the door when I saw this thing. And so if you can picture it, it was just this bottom piece, and it was cut off right here. And it was supposed to be for like a candle pillar, but I saw it as a light. So I brought it home, and I'm so sorry, Jameson is in here with his snack. Jameson, no, honey, can you bring that in the other room for now? Just... Okay, you don't have to. How about in the kitchen? Okay, we'll sit quietly, okay? No crinkling the bag. I'm so sorry, you guys. All right, so if, like I was saying, if you can picture it, it was just this bottom piece, and it was cut off right here, and it was supposed to be for a pillar candle. And keep in mind also that it was a, oh my goodness, the grossest gold you would ever even think of. I don't know why people use that god-awful gold, but so I sprayed it with just some black, and we just lightly misted it, and so some of the gold kind of shows through. I'm not sure if it's gonna pick it up, but it was really, really gold. And so I sprayed it black, and then I just used Rub and Buff to make it kind of like this aged antique look. And it pops like all of these little details, which I love. So I did that. And then I had my husband do the hardware part. And it actually took my husband and my brother-in-law. So this piping here is actually brake line. So funny. There's a lot of man hardware on this thing. So this is brake line, and then my brother-in-law he's really good at welding. So he welded it to this bottom piece here, which was hard because this is cast. So it's starting, if you can see here on the bottom, see it was starting to rub, and it's a little rough here. So Liz, please be careful with this bottom part here, because it is a little rough from you know, trying to weave in the electrical. So it's weaved in through here, and then here this is just more man hardware, and this is actually meant to be you can screw it off, and you know, you're able to change the light like the electrical work. So if this doesn't after a while, if the electrical gets old or whatever, this you are able to screw off, and you can, you know, take out the hardware inside and change out the electrical. So then what I did was, I'm so sorry you guys, there's Jameson. Say hi, Jameson.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so then what I did is I took one of those lamp shades that you get, they have them at Michael's or whatever, and I think they're more fire resistant. So I cut it down to size because I just wanted like a little flower poking out. I cut it down to size, and then I bought one of those big peony flowers from Michael's, and I cut the petals off to make this look like a flower, like coming out. And the light bulb will just go in there, you know, and it gives off good light. And so, you know, it's just like a little desk light. And then I just kind of glued, I hot glued, and I used the E9000 because I really wanted to make sure it was good and on there, especially because it's, you know, on the metal. So I just glued some pretty florals going down, and then I just glued a little flower cluster here because it was like a little bare spot. And then she's able to also put, you know, maybe some beads or some Art of Cakes, anything she wants to hold it there, or, you know, whatever. So, so yeah, so there is my altered item for Liz. I hope she likes it. You know, I hope it matches her decor. I didn't really want to tell her exactly what I was making because at first I wasn't even sure if it was going to work out. My husband and me were really nervous about adding like this whole, you know, top part here. We weren't sure if it was going to work out, and I wasn't sure if I bit off more than I could chew, but yes, with lots of help, we created this for you. So I hope you like it, Liz, and I am so, so thankful that you wanted to do a swap, and yeah, this is my first swap, so yeah, I hope you like everything, and I'm so happy to have met you on here on YouTube. So alright, well, I hope you all have a great day, and be sure to click on the links below, and I will link up all of the different tutorials that I followed for this, because there was a lot of firsts that I did for this, for both of these projects. So, alright, well, I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.